The party of the summer is happening right here in Harlem at Sunday Sermon. Each year, international DJ Stormin' Norman hosts this celebration of community, dance, and music appreciation at St. Nicholas Park. And in addition to paying Afro house, funk, and disco beats, DJ Stormin' Norman is paying tribute to women. Now get your dance shoes and let's party.
I'm DJ Stormin' Norman. Let's go.
10 years has gone pretty quick, I have to say. I remember we started in Morningside Park, and the idea was basically there were a lot more events that a lot of us Harlem people went to in the other boroughs. And I just said, hey, let me figure something out. So I said I want to play some music for my friends, and started out with about 25 friends that came. I remember I promoted it for 3 weeks, and 25 people showed up. And most of the people who attended were kids, were our friends' kids. And so now moving forward, and it's been a blessing. We do this for the people, you know. This is it's an undertaking, but you know, I'm obliged to do it. I'm grateful to do it. 10 years has been great. I always collected records. There was always music playing in my house. Every Sunday, every Saturday afternoon, cooking. And then I would start to collect records, and about my senior year, freshman year, one of my friends, he had a DJ set up. And he said, hey Norm, I'm going into the Navy. Would you mind just keeping these for me? Because I don't want my sister or my little brothers to mess them up. So I put them in my basement, set it up, and then I started to play. Now, even at 18, 19 years old, I knew a lot of records, but I didn't know how to DJ. And so when I was trying to mix, really didn't have a concept, but I love to dance. So that's how I figured out the rhythm and putting two records together. After college, I got my first gig on WBLS. Myself, Peter Parker, DJ Premier, Grandmaster Flash. We did this thing called the Thunderstorm. And at that time, there were no live, the only live music, live DJing music came from the nightclubs. And that was Bentley, Silver Shadow, those places, but there was nothing ever in the daytime. The program director, he said, I'm gonna create this thing called the Thunderstorm. And it was an idea that anytime in the daytime, you'll hear this, the Thunderstorm with DJ Stormin' Norman, DJ Peter Parker, you know, whoever. And we would do a 45-minute mix. And this is in the middle of the day, and that's what started daytime mixing on radio all over the country and all over the world. Now it's just regular.
I started because of my parents. It was something they kind of always did. I would come home from college and it would be, this is what we're doing after brunch. The whole family comes out and I would sit there like, why are we sitting out in the heat? And then the music would turn on and you would just see the vibe and you're like, oh, I get it. And then there are usually kids like will start moving people out because you're going to want a double dutch here. It kind of just brings me back to childhood. Brings me back to like why I loved Harlem, why I left to go to Florida State and why I came back. So people always ask, but there's nothing like Harlem, there's nothing like New York, and there's nothing like Sunday Sermon.
It started with Stormin' Norman and the whole disco scene and all that stuff. So for your generation, is this something they get into?
I think my generation can kind of get into anything. Social media can get anybody to come. I think it's kind of like follow the leader, unfortunately, nowadays. So as long as you kind of have like the cool people that are here, people are going to follow. For me, music kind of transcends into any age and anywhere. You can put Spanish music on, I might not understand it, but I can feel the music. It's the same thing with funk. A lot of it doesn't have words, so I don't think there's an age limit to it or a background like necessary for it. I think it's just really just being able to enjoy music and the people and the crowd and the random people that move into Harlem that aren't actually from here, but you can kind of break it down, and this is the best way to show them what Harlem is and what it's about.
Tell us, why was it important for Whole Foods Market to be here at this event and to partner with Stormin' Norman and Sunday Sermon?
Absolutely. So DJ Stormin' Norman is a huge partner of Whole Foods. So once a month in our Harlem store, we actually do a Sunday Sermon brunch where DJ Stormin' Norman DJs for 2 hours, and 100% of the proceeds each month go to a different nonprofit. So the community is really excited about it. Every month they're always seeing what nonprofits we're going to benefit, and it really is a fun day.
We're here to tribute our woman.
We had this idea that we were going to make some form of tribute to women, because a lot of amazing women have been doing a lot of amazing things this year. And so I took that on as well, and it was kind of timely for me because I never saluted or did a tribute for my mom. She passed away 2013, and she always used to come, and that would be a highlight, to come to New York City, was to come to Sunday Sermon. And so this is a tribute to all the amazing women, you know, that either raising children or standing on, you know, mountains, our Michelle Obamas, Baby Smiths, Cedra's, our new elected officials. There's so many running all over the country, you know, to our novelists, to our, you know, entertainers, to everyone. And we're just here just to say thank you and really put on a great show for them.